What is going on, you lovely people? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing good. And also, for what feels like the 1000th time, oh yeah, happy Batman #1 or happy new Batman relaunch day. Yay. As always, I'm joined by my lovely, scrumptious, delicious, handsome as fuck, and flavorful homeboy, AJ. Please introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, what's going on, people? It's AJ. Good to be here as always. I haven't been able to read Batman #1 yet, so I won't be giving you my thoughts on that, but we'll touch on some other things, but I'll let Ro take the Batman conversation.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, y'all. So, like I said before, it is Batman #1 day, but it's not just Batman #1 day. There's some other things attached to that, such as Hush delays. Let's go. Who could have seen this coming? Who could have seen this coming, y'all?
It's a total shocker. I can't
Oh,
believe it.
oh man, Hush got delayed. So remember AJ a couple months ago? We came on here, we were very happy. We're talking about how much Hush 2 sold, what I'm saying? It did crazy numbers, and we're talking about
hmm
how it's gonna reverberate across the bat line. And we were excited, man. Oh boy. Oh, little did we know. Little,
It's going to reverberate across the line because you're not going to know what's happening in at least two books
yep.
because Hush hasn't finished.
So yo, since the last time we spoke, uh Hush got delayed. I believe is the last two issues got at this point.
I don't
I
know. They've been delayed so much. Dog, when was the last time an issue came out? It feels
bro,
like it's been a minute.
I think the last time was, I want to say June.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
I think it might have been beforehand. It can't be that. No way, bro. No
Oh,
way.
it feels like it's been a minute, and
Oh, like it. So yeah, Hush got delayed, y'all, and like we said before, this was supposed to set up not only Matt Fraction's run, but it's supposed to impact the Nightwing, supposed to impact the Batgirl, supposed to impact Detective, Batman, and Robin. And the story's not done yet. And mind you,
uh, don't
th-
forget Red Hood also. So
oh shit, that's right. Cause
at least two books we're supposed to be spinning out of it. The new Batman
mhm,
and Red Hood. I know it's gonna affect all of the Bat family, but those two books, their narratives are supposedly directly tied to that. And yeah, like I said, I don't know if Batman 1 touched on anything from it today.
no,
Um,
no, I'm just
okay,
saving the trouble. No,
okay, so you're all right there. I've seen the Red Hood previews, and it does allude to something happening.
oof,
Yeah, I
oof,
don't know. It feels like it's going to be messy. We'll see because we've only had what 3 issues of Hush so
yeah,
far,
mm-hmm,
and supposed to be 12. The back 6 were always going to be released at a later date, but we're still 3 months from the first part being 3 issues, I should say, because I doubt they wrap it all up over the next 3 months. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know what they expected to happen, guys. Like Jim Lee is the head honcho of the company, and you also want him drawing a monthly book. Like in the best of times, Lee has had delays. I don't know. I don't have a problem with you doing Hush too. I like the first Hush. Some of the spinoffs over the years have been hit or miss, but I had no problem revisiting those characters. But I say this should have just been a black label book from
yeah,
Jump or something. Like
mm-hmm,
I'm not gonna say Elseworld because Hush is main continuity, but um, I don't know. Like you mentioned it in the chat earlier, like hey, they should just let Chip's run continue and
mm-hmm,
put this Hush 2 somewhere else. Yeah, more and more you look at it, more it looks like that would have been the better decision going forward with Batman, but it's too late to do anything about that now.
Yeah, I mean, you could have let Chip's run extend, or honestly, I'm sorry. I know this might be a damning take. If you couldn't do that, the other option would have been I put somebody on to do like a little filler arc for two. No,
Yeah,
nothing crazy. We've done it before. Or better yet, would it have been that bad to not have Batman for like what 2 months?
they
I mean,
couldn't
cause
afford it. I don't think. Like
yeah,
a lot of the stuff, not absolute, is suffering. I mean, we haven't had a Batman in practically 2 months now, and
yeah, yeah.
I'm sure they're feeling it. So,
Hmm.
um, like I said, I don't know. Like you can't be surprised by this. Like we said, Jim Lee, he's a highly detailed artist, so he's a highly detailed artist, and he's not in his peak. That's
Hmm.
like, and I'm not talking peak quality wise, just peak output production wise, is like he
Yeah,
was in the early 2000s. He's older, guys. People
yeah.
slow down when they get older.
Hmm.
Um, so you add in that on top of being the chief executive officer of DC, publisher at large. Like I don't,
And a family man too. I just found out this
and
motherfucker
that
got nine
on top of it,
kids. He got
yeah,
nine
man.
kids,
Like,
bro. Nine.
yeah,
God damn, bro.
yeah. That's a lot. But I don't I don't see how they could have looked at their release calendar and said, yeah, this makes sense. You should have just, like I said, done it black label and just let it come out all at once, or
Yeah.
not all at once, but when they let them get on a black label release schedule where most of those books are already every other month. If it's a bigger
Hmm.
title, some stuff comes out monthly. Um, and I feel like you could have avoided at least some of this. You probably still would have had delays, but it wouldn't be affecting your main line.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. You say the first issue of Batman, you don't feel it, so that's good. I wonder how deep it is going to be with the Red Hood stuff because it looks like he's once again had a bit of a falling out with the family, and I don't know. I guess you're going to be going months trying to figure out what all happened there, but we'll see.
The the only other thing I could say is honestly, bro, honestly,
Hmm.
is it that bad if we just don't have it come out? Like, is it really that bad? Like, I know right now the release date, this is supposed to end in October. So
Yeah,
I mean, sure, that gives, and it's coming out twice in October. So that's part one.
first off, I doubt that happens.
Yeah, say, oh, of course, but we could A1 forget about it. Everybody's moved on to Fraction, right? Because it's gonna be weird now, right? Because what you have Batman #1, and
Yeah,
then you
and
have
then
what Batman 160 whatever.
yeah, that was always going to be weird. Yeah, Jesus.
Also, and don't forget,
I
what about part two?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Part two was always going to be its own thing. It wasn't going to be in the main numbering. So I would say, dog, maybe just finish up what you have now and finish up part two and release the rest of what happens here in these last three of part one. You just release that with part two. Um, but again, I don't know. See, it's really dependent upon how heavily it
Yeah.
ties into the Bat books going forward. Loeb and Lee were making it sound like, hey, it's gonna be a lot. Um, I'm thinking probably something with, well, shit. No, we know shit is gonna affect, like you say, Batman and Robin. So that's
Mm-hmm.
Damian, and we see, they've been advertising Tim as being back as Robin, like full time, teamed up with Batman again.
Yep.
So something happens with both of those relationships. Um, they mentioned in the Red Hood preview something with Barbara, so I don't know if her
Oh.
I don't know if her and Jason really had some massive falling out. So I really don't
It's
know.
it's
It's
messy.
messy. It's messy.
It's messy, man. And I also wonder too. I mean, this is just pure speculation.
Hmm.
What if Lee and Loeb just jumped the gun? Because remember this. They came out. Hush 2 is the thing. That they did that panel, and they were talking about how this is going to be this, is going to be that.
Hmm.
I. What if they did that prematurely, just so they can kind of salvage, they can kind of salvage what we now know as the last Batman book before Matt Fraction. Like, what if it, you know what I'm saying? Just like they just threw this out there, and now their hands are tied, and now they have this conundrum on their hands. Or better yet, what if it was never really connected to anything and it's just Hush too?
I could
But
see
then
all of
again,
that.
yeah, the Red Hood aspect
Um,
of it, yeah.
I could see all of that. Even going back further, you got to remember, towards the end of Chip's time on Batman, it was, hey, I'm going to be coming out twice a month, and it was, hey, no, we're going back to monthly. Then it was like that whole schedule was getting jumbled up, and he talked about it on the Substack. I can't remember all the stuff verbatim, but essentially he was brought in. He had told him like he was already probably going to be ending his story,
Hmm.
but he makes it sound like he was, even after that, it was essentially fired for the so they could bring in Fraction and Lee. I guess Lee and Loeb were supposed to be the filler arc. My thing is that's just the wrong creative team to go to for a filler arc.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, if you want to
because
juice your numbers,
yeah,
sure.
I mean, yeah, juice numbers, yeah, but it's not going to be timely, or it had to be something you were planning, probably 2 years in advance. Just because of how methodical let's be honest, slow Lee is at this point. Um, I mean, look, we know that um, pretty much everyone soured on Chip's run. It seemed like I feel better about it than a lot of folks, but once the numbers started going down, like I said, Batman was in the 20s. I'm like, yeah, you kind of feel like that's coming. It sounded like editorial and leadership soured on upon it.
Hmm.
We saw, we saw some of the discourse on the timeline. People, first off, it's been discourse like the last three Batman runs.
Yeah, that's
Um,
nothing new.
right, like the last run that was just like universally beloved was feels like Snyder's, and even him, he had some ups and downs, but comic Twitter wasn't what it was
Hmm.
now back then. Um, it feel I want to say a lot of it goes back to King, man. They thought they could get greener pastures, and instead of they thought they could get greener pastures numbers wise, and they did for a while.
Hmm.
But you eventually end up right back where you were, and it's like, hey, just let creatives finish their story and let them, move on to the next thing. They went to Tynan basically in what was essentially the middle of his planned run. The 5G stuff was happening.
Yep.
Substack offered him a bag, so he basically said, "Fuck y'all, I'm out." Zdarsky, they bring in Zdarsky. Started off really with two really strong arcs.
Hmm.
Then after that, quality wise, dipped, it peaked and dipped.
It was an
So,
I don't mean to interrupt, but like
go ahead.
I think Zdarsky's run was more of it felt more editorial than Zdarsky. That's what it feels like to me. Like I remember one of the I think it was one I was listening to one of our older episodes recently. Like
Hmm.
so much happened, so much was happening during Zdarsky's run. Like
Yeah,
his run started right on the tail of an anniversary issue, which is where
yeah, I did. I
remember
remember.
we got that like the big multiversal stuff. Then you
Hmm.
had Gotham War, which even when you
That was the turning point for
that was the
his arc.
turning, and even then, when you look at like the art and all that, it just didn't feel like this. Didn't feel like something that was planned. Also, Night
Mm-hmm.
Terrors.
Yeah.
Remember that happened,
Mm-hmm.
and then it didn't feel like Zdarsky's run had a. It didn't feel like it had like a story, because then you had the weird Joker Year One story thrown in, and then somehow this got tied into Absolute Power. Like what?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? And
It felt like a lot of it, like you said, made up as you're going along. Not necessarily from Zdarsky, but and that's the thing that we've heard about some of the Batman runs in the past. It's basically been essentially editorial writing the book, and the writer has to figure out how to stitch things together.
mhm,
King said that toward the end of his run, whatever the arc was before City of Bane, well, he was like that was essentially all editorial.
mhm,
The wedding stuff towards throwing them apart, the fake out at the last minute, and then keeping them apart that long was editorial. And then we know him finishing that run and the wedding happening in Batman and Catwoman.
Victoria,
That's
baby.
also editorial. So that's nothing new. So I wouldn't be surprised if it happened with Zdarsky. But it just feels like I don't know. It feels like chickens are coming home to roost on the Batman title a bit. Not
Yeah,
necessarily numbers wise, but here you are. You've got two runs going to be happening simultaneously of the same title. Like this isn't a Batman and detective thing. This isn't a Batman and what urban legends.
mm-mm.
This isn't a Batman and Robin. This is a Batman and Batman runs that are going to be happening at the same time. First off, that's going to be confusing for readers.
What about the numbering? I just heard
Yeah,
that.
that the numbering, like you said, I can't even remember what that last issue of Hush. I think we're in like the 120 something.
Nah, 160 is. I'm looking it up right now, brother. Yeah, we in a weird time. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now, my dog.
Okay,
So right now, when Hush wraps up, it's gonna be Batman 163.
163. Ooh, okay, I'm off
Yeah,
a little bit. But even still, okay. If
163.
I'm an average, just an average comic reader, I'm not somebody who's tapped in tightly, pays attention to all the stuff, social media. I'm not checking DCs with YouTube. I'm not checking their
Mm-hmm.
Twitter, Instagram, whatever. I'm just going to my shop, picking up my books, and coming back home. Dog, like yeah, that the Fraction run is coming, and okay, in the back of your mind, you realize yeah, Hush hasn't completed. But like we just said, we're trying to figure out how long it's been since the issue of Hush 2 came out.
Yeah, June. The last one. Yeah. No, excuse me.
That's
July 23rd. So, yo, holy shit, that's a month and some
so
change.
yeah. So you're looking at what's today?
September
September
3rd.
3rd. Okay, so and that came out July 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 8 days left in August. I mean that's 8 days left in July. August has 31 days, so you're talking 39. So 42. So we're essentially at 6 weeks since
God
that last Batman
damn.
issue has come out. Now you've had delays, with Batman and stuff before, but is the next issue of Hush coming out this month? Didn't it fall out of September?
The next issue of Hush is coming out in October.
See, that's what I'm saying. So now you're talking about another 4 weeks. So what's September's 30 days? We said we at the third we were 42, so 20, so 27. So you're talking what 69 days at that point,
Bro.
and then you're telling me 2 issues of Hush is coming out in October? Yeah, bro,
Yes.
I don't buy
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Um, just for the fact that dog, if people are on, comics are getting pricier by the day. It seems if somebody's really watching their coins, I'm sorry, they're not picking up 3 issues of Batman in a month.
Oh, no
They're
way,
going they're
no
going they're
way.
going to tell the store, hey man, just hold. I'll pick that up on my next visit. Like
Mm-hmm.
a $6 book for what 20-ish pages, and you getting that 3 times a month? Nah, bro.
Yeah, nah. Mm-mm. Because
Um,
all the goodwill at this point is burned out. Like, cool,
yes.
you had that huge sales bump when the first issue of Hush 2 came out. That's wonderful, awesome.
Hmm.
But then now you're telling me, wait, hold on, dog. I just spent, and we also got to think about the collectors too. How many motherfuckers done bought multiple variants of
Yep.
this
Yep.
Batman that just came out today? So
Oh
they
man,
spent
come
money
on
on
now.
that. Now you telling me, oh shit, next month I got Fractions Run, and then on top of that I got Hush too, and then you tell me I got to
Hmm.
buy that shit twice, and then you're
Yep.
telling me that story's not even done. Oh, brother.
Hmm.
Now you know what's really gonna be telling the
What's
numbers
that?
for part 2, issue
Oh,
1.
I think those are already in the tank, brother. I don't think you're, and nothing's been solicited yet. I just don't see it having a favorable outcome. They're gonna promo it hard. Don't get me wrong. Like
Mm-hmm.
DC is gonna put their marketing weight behind that, but I just think people have been burned, and they say, "Hey, man, just give it to me as a collection." That's why I
Yeah,
say it would be best to just release the back half all in one package. Just hey, yeah, we know we messed up with the release schedule for the first half, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna push back the second part release, even though we don't have a date yet, so they don't have to technically say that they're pushing it back. But they can just say, "Hey, we're gonna release the part two as a deluxe hardcover. It's gonna have
yeah,
all 6 issues,
yeah,
right?" Like that. That's honestly how I would go about it, and then say not only, "Hey, we're releasing part two as a deluxe hardcover. We know it took a while to get issues, the first 6 out. So we're gonna put that out as well as a deluxe hardcover. We're not even gonna put that in a traditional trade. We're gonna do the
yeah.
deluxe hardcover.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or hell, put all 12 of them in it.
People will
Just
buy
wait
it.
till the
They'll buy it.
yes, yes, absolutely. Because right now what they're doing, it's like, ugh. Like I
And
said, if it didn't tie in so heavily, at least what we're being told, to Joker and Batman and the new Batman run, I would just say, hey man, just take it off the release schedule and just release it as a collected edition when it's all complete.
I'll even go as far to say this: like, yo, if they really want to wipe their hands clean, let Hush 2 come out and right. Okay, cool. You said you read the previews for Red Hood, right? And then you said it alludes
Hmm.
to something happening with Barbara. Hey,
Yeah,
dog, there's more than enough time for a future issue to. All right, you don't even have to address Hush. You can just you could retcon whatever. Not even retcon. Just like, all right, cool. Do a couple panels here. This is what happened with me and Barbara. Don't even mention
yeah,
Hush. Don't even mention it.
okay,
It could be its own. It could be its own little thread. You know what I'm saying? And then
right,
if I don't know who if Thompson or whatever wants to pick it up because she's the one that's writing Barbara right now, cool. You could play a little back and forth with that. But other than that, no. If they are smart, this doesn't have to be another 3 Jokers.
yeah.
If they're smart, cool. All right. Because what I, I don't know.
But
I
see,
don't. What?
the 3 Jokers, even that is different. Don't get me wrong; it pissed me off the delays for that. But they never started 3 Jokers, and then it was like, okay, here's the first issue. Now issue two is not coming out for however
Mm,
many months. Issue three is not coming out for however many months. When 3 Jokers started releasing, it came out back to back to back, and like Johns and Fabok are slow too. Like I think Rook Exodus, the next 6 issues of that, is a testament to their slowness as well. But
no way. Same.
yeah, like bro, they took off. They released the first 6, and they were like, okay, we're coming back next fall. Like,
God
all
damn.
right.
All right.
Um, but they at least once they started releasing, it was coming out. Um, Now, yeah, Johns has had these type of delays with Hush, on other projects, so I can't say that he's just above that. But
Hmm.
Three Jokers, at least when it started releasing, was on a decent schedule. And then that's the other thing. People give more leeway to Black Label books because even
Yeah.
if, let's say, it had been delayed while it was coming out, your Black Label schedule for the premium Black Label, what they call their premium books, the ones they usually charge you a little more for, those tend to be on an every other month schedule anyway.
Mm.
So I think I think people are accustomed to waiting for that more. This here is your mainline book. It's like, hey man, I go pick it up the first week of every month that Batman is supposed to be out,
Hmm.
and you don't go on a month and a half without um, the continuation of the Hush 2 storyline. You're gonna go without it all this month, and not just that, we've started a new Batman run. Yeah,
I'll, I'll say this. You know what?
what's up?
Honestly, if they want to be smart, don't even, bro. For the rest of these, don't
Mm-hmm.
even put the fucking number in. Yo, just hush. Yo, hush part 3, hush part 4,
Yeah,
bro. Don't even
yeah,
put the
yeah.
fucking number in.
It would be smart to
Yeah,
just relabel it as titled Batman Hush 2. Just call it that from now on. But
yeah.
again, that means going back. That means going back to printers. That means going back to having whoever. I assume Lee's
It's a
doing the
yeah.
logo, so going back. That's more time. Anybody else, I would say it shouldn't take too much time, but he's got so much else on his plate that could just add to delays.
Yeah.
I don't know. I understand why you don't get a different artist other than Lee. Like Hush is his baby. Um, like let's be clear. When you think of Batman Hush, you think of Lee's art. I know writers typically tend to wrongly get more of the acknowledgement when it comes to comics, but Hush especially, it's like no, those are Jim Lee's designs.
Yeah.
That was like his first like real big thing at DC.
Hmm.
Um, it was after coming over from Marvel and Image. It was like nah, that Hush book, like that's Lee's magnum opus at DC.
Yeah.
So I understand why you don't get a different artist.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you put it as at this point in time. It was different when back in the early 2000s. Like I said, he was a lot younger. At this point in time, you know how much he has going on in his life, in both professionally and and at home. Why do you make it part of the main Batman book? It should have just been a standalone story. Could have been Black Label. Could have been. It still could have been mainline, even if it wasn't Black Label, and you do a standalone. Putting it in the main Batman book is tying too many other things up. Oh, okay. Like road dropped out.
Okay, yo.
Hey, you back, brother?
Yeah, bro, that fucking roommate's disconnected the Ethernet cord. So,
No, you good.
alright,
You good.
give me a second. Alright, fuck it. We gon' uh, yeah, finish saying what you're saying. We'll just keep going. I could literally just cut it and then put it out as a separate thing. So go
Yeah,
ahead.
it was just I don't know why you put it out as part of the Batman book at this point in Lee's career. You know it's gonna take him a while. Just make it it's a separate thing. Essentially what we were saying before. Do it as a collection. Batman Hush 2. Make it a You could do a deluxe hardcover or any other kind of premium format you have. Hell, put it out as an absolute. That big, that big, huge format
Oh,
with Lee's art. Like, man, please,
yeah,
that shit would sell gangbusters, man.
hell yeah.
Like hell, I think they did do an absolute for Hush One. I didn't get it, but I think they did put it out in absolute format. I know that shit would go crazy, man.
Of course.
Like you can just do that. It's just
I feel like
it's gonna mess up too much with it being part of the main book, and you still have the new Batman run starting. It's gonna be too messy.
it's I think they just made it too complicated for themselves, honestly. I think they jumped the gun and they probably had things already in the tuck with Fraction and whatnot.
Yeah,
And now here they are. So here's my thing. I think right now, if Fractions run from, especially from this first issue, bro, if it stays with that quality and we end up getting something really solid, or better
hmm
yet, even more than solid, really good, I think the readership will just stop caring. I mean, of course, it'll be a topic for us because this tickles a part of our brain. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's
right.
going on
Yeah.
with this? Like, yeah, but like, I think if Fraction One is good, all right, cool. Like, people will forget about it. Like, oh, I, oh shit. People literally just go to the comic shops like, oh hey, hush, I forgot about this.
Yeah.
And then because Fractions Run is so good and they're having a good time, it's like, oh okay, cool. I'll get to it when I get to it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. No, I do.
yeah, I think they shot themselves in the foot. But like, if we are to believe in Matt Fraction's run, which we'll get to later, all right, cool. Then he's the one he's literally saving them right now with this whole thing. So
Mm-hmm.
if whatever happens with Hush at this point is whatever happens, and I reckon at New York Comic Con, which is literally right around the corner, we might get some news or some type of update about what's happening with Hush moving forward. But if we
Yeah.
don't ever revisit this again, or if we don't get a part two for Hush, that's fine. Because how many issues was the original? Actually, I have the original right here.
It was 12, just like this one's supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So they'll probably do another. Yeah, never mind then. Yeah,
and then
they'll probably
you
love
had
that shit.
you ended up having like they ended up doing like other stuff like Heart of Hush and stuff like that. But the main thing was it was the 12 issues, and that was also part of the main Batman run. So at the time, but like I said, Lee was a lot younger, didn't have as much going on, didn't have as many responsibilities company wise.
Mm,
So he was able to focus on just Batman, and it turned out really good. It solidified him at DC, and yeah, I just think it was a bad idea this time around. You should have done it as a separate thing from the main
abs-
run.
absolutely. And listen, let this be a lesson. Sometimes you don't have to go back to an old well, man. Like
Yeah.
this is what happens when you do that. You see what I'm saying? Just like you could have just let shit be. I think that first Hush was pretty solid. Like I just finished reading it. We could have done without, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, luckily enough, it's comics, and I could only assume, the writers who might have been attached to this, whether it's who, Gretchen, who's doing the Red Hood book, whether it's Dan Waters, whether it's Taylor or Bromble. I'm sure they got a heads up. I'm like, yo, guys, this Hush thing, it's not coming out on time. So if you can do a couple rewrites, if you're gonna like have this be very connected, yeah, turn that around. So I feel like everybody's probably gotten a heads up because what I don't want to happen to close is that stuff like this continues on and it starts to affect Matt Fraction's run. Because it again, it would literally just be another case of editorial did this, editorial did that.
Yeah.
So you, they can save themselves, and we'll see what happens. But I can reckon New York Comic Con we might get some answers. But am I annoyed in terms of like collecting? Yeah, because I was collecting this and uh,
Hmm.
now I have a fucking gap that may not ever be filled for the next God knows how long. But
Right.
we'll see how we'll see what it is. But yeah, y'all let us know what you guys think down below when it comes to this Hush stuff. Or are you excited for Hush? Was this something you were looking forward to? What do you think about the delays? And do you think Hush will ever come out or will ever finish? Let us know down below. But moving on to our final topic of the day. Like I said before, yo, it's Batman #1 day for the umpteenth time. So I read the first issue of Fraction's Batman, and I think it's solid. It's solid. Like it took me. Uh, it was a little jarring at first because the way Bruce was characterized as here, I was kind of convinced this was somebody else, and I went back to the conversation that we had with Quentin and Steph a couple months ago, where Quentin, well, I think it was Quentin. He theorized like, yo, maybe Bruce don't got the mantle anymore. Maybe something happens in Hush where he gives
Hmm.
up the mantle because the characterization was just like, damn, he's a little bit too cynical here. It was like, yo, did I don't know. I don't want to say Jason under the mask was like, but yeah, what this ain't Bruce. No way. But he ended up taking off the mask at some point during the issue. But yeah, I think this is just like a new take or whatever. Or he could just be fed up with everything that's been going on. So I reckon it to that. But the premise, I feel like we've seen this before. You know what I'm saying? Like Vandal Savage, he has a new police force that's out, and he wants this police force to take precedent over the actual Gotham PD. So I don't know. I feel like we've seen that a little bit before. We got something going on with Killer Croc. He got exposed to something, which is why he's kind of acting a little weird. I won't spoil too much about that, but that's an interesting angle. So I'm sure he'll be a big player down the line, or whoever's responsible will show up eventually. Uh, Other than that, Alfred being AI, that's cool. I feel like I saw this. Actually, no, I don't want to say that. We didn't see that recently. I was getting confused with that Robert Vendetti Justice League run where we saw that a couple panels of Alfred after he died, and we thought Alfred was alive, but it wasn't. It was just Bruce going through a what is it? He was doing a flashback. But okay, if Alfred is back, sure, why not? I think his presence has been missed, so if that leads to him actually like coming back for real, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. But cool. It'll be good to have his voice around, and I'm sure we'll get some explanation on, hey, why now did Bruce decide to bring an AI Alfred back into the mix? Um, but other than that, we got stuff in the building, which is wonderful. Hey, oh, perfect.
Hello.
You just finished reading Batman. I was just giving my thoughts. Well, I could finish mine up, but yeah, overall, I'm willing to see how things play out. like I said, I've been here with Batman before, so I'm being very cautious about like being too overhyped about it. I'm gonna let this first arc play out. But Steph, what about you, man? What do you think? You just finished reading it.
I actually, I'm in kind of the same boat. I actually did like it quite a bit. I very much like. I don't really. AJ got out so that he doesn't hear the spoilers. So I don't really know if we're gonna
We
still
can do
do
spoilers.
spoilers for anybody else in the chat or whatever. But
We can do spoilers, yeah.
all right. I like the fact that there was like other than one little fight with some like gang members, there was no like actual like big fight like at all. I was actually kind of surprised by that.
Yeah.
But I really do like this issue. I really do think Fraction has a really kind of like very interesting kind of idea for a voice for
Mm-hmm.
Bruce. I do get if people are kind of turned off by it because him saying just out loud people don't really change
Yeah.
is a very weird thing to hear him say, especially out of context. Um, but it is very much, something that'll obviously play out, you know, the further we get into it. Obviously, like it being very episodic, apparently being episodic, and like there's connective tissue, but they're all kind of mostly one and dones.
Mm.
I think that's a really interesting, really, really appealing thing. I love it when these comics kind of get back to what they're kind of supposed to be.
Yeah.
Little bite-sized like monthly stories and whatever. It's very nice to see, a new Batman #1 kind of, indulging in that. It's definitely cool. It's just something that has to kind of like, I don't really know how to say it. It's just like it was good, but it was just kind of like I don't know if I'm gonna keep up with this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Not in like a bad way. Don't get me wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just kind of like I've got so many. I am a shameless Batman like meat muncher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's like
No pause.
no pause, no, absolutely
Mm-hmm.
not. We do not do that for Bruce,
No.
but um, it's just like with the amount of Batman stuff that I am already reading, and I had this. I don't think I ever said this publicly.
Mm-hmm.
But I had like one of my like New Year's resolutions was read more like indie stuff.
Mm.
Read like, read less big two, read more indie shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt like I was just kind of slacking on that kind of front. And with this, it's kind of like this was really good. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I did very much like this. It's just kind of like, is this good enough that it goes on the pull list? Is this good enough that it is something I keep up with monthly, especially with
Mm.
it being episodic and being kind of bite-sized one-offs, right? Do I need to like really stay glued to this, especially since it's a moneymaker like Batman? Like my lack of support does not
Yeah.
mean anything, right?
Uh-huh.
Right. I don't need to worry about like not putting this on the pull list, putting like the brand in danger. Like
Yeah.
this is the guy that keeps the lights on. So it's like
Especially
there's no
after the first issues already like it's so like hotcakes.
yeah, it's already got like a second printing, I'm pretty sure. Like it had a
Yeah.
second printing like weeks ago. Like
Mm-hmm.
um but like yeah, no, I mean it's just like it's fine if I don't do anything. It's just this was good. This was great. It's obviously Matt Fraction, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, he gave us like 4 years of Iron Man. There's like a ton of stuff that he could do. There's a ton of great stuff he's written. Like this is exciting and whatnot, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know. I'll probably just like let it stack. Probably.
Yeah.
Um, I've just got like other shit to read. The last issue of Transformers is coming out in a week. and I'm thinking full series reread. You know,
Oh,
yeah, I've got the other 23. I've got the other 23 issues here. I might as well do it.
okay.
Right, definitely gonna do that. I'm reading Time After Time. I was gonna read that Texas Blood, but I just didn't.
Mhm.
And then after that, I've got like the Deviant um and then what's the other one? Wasted Space. Um
Oh, you stacked, bro. God
yeah.
damn.
Yeah. I dropped Tech. Like I just
Yeah.
yeah, I got like 2.5 issues in and I was like, this is
Yeah.
straight. Like, I'm not going to say anything about like Taylor as a writer. This is like the one thing that I've read from him. I don't know enough to say like he's a bad writer or whatever. This was straight dog shit.
Yeah.
This was fucking garbage. These first like 2 issues. I'm gonna do something really funny. All right,
What's up?
because I have not heard. You've read the entire arc,
Yeah,
right?
I did.
Okay. So I'm going to sit here right now and I'm going to say what I think everything going down with this book is, right? Because I
Okay.
haven't seen any spoilers other than like he was like fucking Joe Chill's daughter or whatever. Like I've seen other than that I haven't seen anything from this book. I don't know what happens in it, but I don't know what happens in it for sure. But I'm just going to take a wild guess right now on stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the Sangral serum is made from the blood of the teenagers that are being killed in mass across the city, and
Mm-hmm.
the big twist. It's not really a big twist, but the big twist is it's not Joe Chill's daughter who's the teacher, who's the killer. It's the mom, and she's doing it to get revenge on him because he was doing Tekken combos on her when she was pregnant.
You had me in the first half. You
Is that not
had
what
me.
happened? Wait, is that
No,
okay?
no. First, you had me in the first. So, uh, okay. This was such a weird arc. So, bro, I'm sorry. That shit was so ass. I forgot. Like, no, because I'm half joking. I'm half joking, right? So I think it ended up being some like weird company that was involved, and I'm gonna just say this right here. That those first couple issues, like the first 2 arcs, that is just throwaway. It is just very bad management because I think when Taylor got put on the book, he had to bite time for Fraction's run to start because the real meat and potatoes of Taylor's run is starting this month.
Oh, okay.
So Taylor's run is really it's gonna be a standard detective arc, which I kind of want to tune back in for. It's literally Batman teaming up with multiple people in the DCU for like this mystery, and that sounds kind of fun. He's doing something with Mr. Terrific. He's doing something with Lois Lane.
Oh, all
Yeah,
right.
dude, it sounds fun. But we had to go through like that first weird arc because it's like, well, you can't not have. It's like the same thing I was talking about with AJ. You can't not have 2 of your best Batman books off the shelves for
Yeah.
a couple months. So that's why I kind of want to give him grace. Because I saw the trailer for it. Like, they put out a trailer for this new arc, bro. It looks good.
All right. I gotta look.
We
at
gotta
it.
tap in, bro. We gotta like, bro. If there's one book I think we should both be paying attention for, and I don't mind spending the money on, it's Tech, because Tech has always been good.
Yeah.
We gotta tap in, bro. We gotta do it.
We might have to. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it,
All
man. Bro, I will literally send the email if you tell me right now you'll hop back in with Tech with me.
Okay, well, all right, fuck it. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, cool. Let's do it. Fair.
All right.
But let's do it. But yeah. So to wrap up, Fractions Run, it's we'll see. Like I said, I'm giving it an arc. Um, and I'll say this right now, like God, I'm so happy I don't have no real connections, like industry connections, at least not yet. Y'all, we gotta stop doing this thing every time a new number one comes out, especially for Batman, and we're just praising it like it's the greatest shit since sliced bread. I'm hearing this has reinvented the superhero genre. Bro,
It did.
I don't think so. I'm sorry, it felt like I'm not. That's not to say it was bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It was. I was like, okay, this felt like a tame number one, very tame, and tame is not bad. You know what I'm saying? Like it. I'll say it here. Taylor could have wrote this.
Whoa, hold up.
No,
Whoa.
I'm dead, bro. Taylor could have written this issue. Chip could have written this issue. Hell, maybe even Tiny could have written this issue. Bro, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. It was okay. We do this every single time, and I think it's because a lot of people, you know, they don't want to piss off their industry connections or whatever. They don't want to make it seem like they're being a hater. No, I'm not. It was okay, bro. Now, you know what's really gonna make me say, what's really gonna make me reassess how the first arc is gonna go. When I sit back and I reread, then I could say, okay, maybe now it deserved these big claims, but I will not throw a big claim like that on the first issue of a book. I won't do it. I used to do it. I won't do it anymore. Especially for Batman. So if I sound like a hater, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Don't get it, man.
That's fine. You know what? You know what? I would rather get it when the whole arc is done versus me getting it now. Because I can't. It's only one issue. Only one issue. I haven't seen what he really got yet. I haven't seen it. I know what Fraction's capable of, but I haven't really seen that really in number one, and I think that's okay. It's a good 7 out of a 10.
All right.
What'd you give it?
I'd probably give it like a 7.
Okay. See, it's not bad, right?
Yeah, I mean, I clearly understand it better than you do. If you're gonna say all this stuff,
Okay.
but
no, dude. If you do, no. By all means,
I mean,
I believe you.
I'm just saying, like, I don't have my certificate of media literacy just like hanging around, right?
Okay.
I don't have it hanging around, but like I don't know. I can show it to you later. Like I can do that. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, man. I you're sitting here saying like, oh, it's okay. I don't know. Like I like de-aged 10 years. My hairline came back. There's a rainbow outside. I don't know. This shit was kind of great.
Okay. Bro, I believe. Listen, there's bro. Hey, listen, there are some good things, right? Like I said, like, bro, there's some good qualities here. There's very good. Like the reason why I say that is because, like, let's just give you. I'll throw an example out there, right? Like, I feel like even after like Alfred died, right? Like, I saw the run after, like, Alfred still had a very heavy presence in that first arc. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm used to a futuristic Gotham already. I'm literally not even like. I feel like it's about almost 2 runs ago. We were dealing with Batman having an issue with the mayor and the police. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of like retread. We just tried to bring Tim Drake back in Zdarsky's run. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, there's a lot of like familiar
Yeah.
things where I'm just like, it's hard for me to get excited off rip. So that's why like I want to be fair and give this a full first arc for me to feel okay, for me to get what Fraction is doing. Because this is a standard Batman #1 for me, with some moments of greatness. Like Bruce being very cynical. I was like, you know what? This is weird. But maybe there's a reason. Let's tap into that. I want to see that. I want to see how he plays with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see how Vandal Savage gets utilized, because I think that was one of the. I was like, him still being him being the police commissioner is still weird to me. But if Fraction could do it right, okay, let's see that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
there's things here that like I want to see play out, and then I could go back and say, you know what, Steph, you were right. But right now, I'm gonna hold my tongue. I think
All
that's
right.
fair.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Yeah.
Yeah. But so y'all, that is our first initial thoughts about Fraction's Batman. Don't worry, I know there was a little hiccup with the connection, but I'm literally about to just like go in the editor and chop that part down, edit it out, or I'm just literally going to make this 2 separate videos. But thank you guys for everybody who checked out the content. Much appreciated. And yeah, me and the fellas will be back very soon. Please do not worry. But y'all have a great night. Much love, much peace. Steph, say bye to the people.
Goodbye, everybody. The Batman Second Night in comic stores. It's September 17th. Go fucking pre-order it.
The Batman Second Night?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
You don't know. You don't know what the Batman First and Second Night are. You've never seen me talk about these.
No, you've never. Oh, I know what this is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's just been a while, because wasn't there like a first series?
Yeah. It was like last year.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Go pre-order that shit, y'all. Yeah. And yeah, I have 2 Ultimate Universe videos with the other homies locked and loaded. So I will just wait until it's time for their comics to come out, and then I will put those out. Maybe I will not wait until then, because it has been a while. But yeah, y'all. I'll holler at y'all later, man. It's fucking late. Much love, much peace. It's your boy Roliver Queen. Me and Steph and AJ are out.
Later.